Hello, my name is Grace, and this is my, I call it monthly favorites, but I don't know, it's more like stuff that I enjoyed during, well, I guess they're favorites, right? Things I enjoyed in the month of May. Um, but also it's going to include, like, it's going to be a flop. There's going to be something that entered my life in May that I didn't hit it off with. Just again, this is cinema verite. You're going to hear background noise. There's laundry going on in the laundry room. My husband shares this room with me, so he's allowed to make sound, while he's doing stuff at his desk. And my dog, well, most likely Bork, at the neighbors. So, if I come across a little distracted, is because I'm burning this brand new incense that I received this month. I think I received it early this week. That I'm completely obsessed with, and I will be talking about it. But it is so distracting. It is so beautiful. All right, so let's begin. The month of May was long. Okay, the month of May was long. It was short in terms of, like, oh my God, the days just flew by. Like, like when you're at work and you write the date. I guess most jobs you end up writing the date every day when you're at work. But mine is like you write the date like 100 times in a day, and it just seemed like I was just writing, May 3rd, and now I was writing May 29th on yesterday. I'm recording this on Saturday. So it was a long month, and at the same time it flew by. It wasn't exactly a great month, but I guess a lot of people could say the same thing. Oh my God. Okay, see, I'm fed up having my hair up too, people. I gotta tell you. Anyway, sorry about that. I don't know what it looks like. It's fine. It's just a relief on the weekend, to not have to have my hair up is a treat. Anyway, I don't know if you could see this, if you could see the smoke, but it's the incense. I feel like I need to talk about that first. Okay, we'll talk about that first. I received the package earlier this week from the wonderful and powerful Queen Osset. Her channel is Oya's Girl. And incense. So, in a previous video, not too long ago, I shared my sadness that I can no longer get Moonwise Creations, which was, handmade incense from my favorite, now defunct, metaphysical store. It used to be brick and mortar in Montreal, and then it was online, and then it was gone. Anyway, Pinochet sent me a variety of incense. People, I can't even tell you. This is their house blend, Good Sense, and this is high quality incense. When you light it, you can see the oils in the joss sticks. The one I'm burning right now that has me really distracted, that I'm totally obsessed with, is Sea Salt and Rue. I'm Rue, and I love the ocean. Sea Salt and Rue. And it smells like it's just, it's watery, and it's got that rue muskiness. This is a favorite. Dark Queen is gorgeous. I don't know if you can see it. I know you can't smell it. I'm just showing you the label. Witch's Brew I haven't burned yet, but it smells amazing. Frankincense and myrrh. Every, everyone needs frankincense and myrrh, dragon's blood, just frankincense, and just myrrh. This makes me so happy. One, I was so touched, and I had such a rotten couple of weeks that it just lifted my spirits. The quality level is incredible, and now I know not only that this is a gift that keeps on giving, because I'll know where to go to order beautiful incense. So I'm very excited about that. So when I run out, okay, no, if you're like me, you know I'm lying. It's not when I run out. It's when I feel like shopping, I'm going to order some more, whether or not I've run out. You know, it's going to be pretty quick. Anyway. And also, another item that the wonderful Queen Osset sent me as a gift is this beautiful smoky quartz. I lost my smoky quartz, and she asked me if there was crystal I was looking for, and I said yeah. As a matter of fact, smoky quartz, and this thing is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Seriously, I wasn't expecting anything like this, and this, wow. Anyways, thank you. This is the store that all this stuff comes from. They are online. Go see them. When I went to their website, the first thing I did, of course, when I received this package was go onto the website, and I looked up the Crystal Fox. And I was, again, missing my favorite metaphysical shop that no longer exists. It's the same kind of thing. Herbs, oils, different types of oils for spell casting, fragrance oils, all different herbs, and quite a selection of oils, herbs, incenses. This is the one that they make, but they also have other brands. Good Sense is the one that they make, from what I understand. But they also have other brands, you know, books, decks, yeah. It's a full stock, crystals, altar pieces, spell casting stuff. It's a full metaphysical shop. It's not a gift store with a metaphysical accent, or it's not a new age shop that just sells crystals and some books and decks. No, this is a full stop metaphysical shop, and I'm so excited to know about it, and I'm so excited to shop there. Very happy. And this, so this is the surprise stuff. And the reason she had contacted me, and she wanted to send me a gift, and she saw I have a wish list. I have a short wish list that I keep on my YouTube about page, about tab, and she sent me the Arthur Rackham Oracle. There he is. There's the information card, and there's the backs. So I had the Arthur Rackham Oracle on my wish list for a while, for quite some time actually, and I'm not gonna do a flip through, but I'll just show you some of the cards. And I just love I love this art because when I was very, very young, my mom would read me Grimm's fairy tales and that kind of stuff, right? And these were the images, these creepy images, because they are creepy, are the ones that bring me back to those days. I was really young. I must have been like 2, 3, 4 at the latest, at the oldest, I mean. What interested me, the reason I was interested in this oracle was the art primarily. And also I found the keywords to be interesting because it's not just all, it's not all love and light. It's also, you know, human traits, human tendencies, some things that are considered to be human faults, um, or aspects of human nature that, you know, we're not so proud of. Or anyway, whenever I receive a deck from someone as a gift, I always end up valuing it more. How can I describe it? It carries with it the magic of that person. And even if I never read with this, I will always keep it because it carries the magic of that person contacting me and, out of kindness and generosity and thoughtfulness, sending it to me. So they always end up being more special. I've noticed that. Okay, so that was it. And I gotta tell you, the incense is driving me a little crazy. And I gotta be careful not to start a fire. So the next thing, since I spoke about incense, and the other one that I think I already mentioned was this one. Clairvoyance is the one that I burn. For years, for decades, I've burned clairvoyance when doing readings, tarot readings, spiritual consultation, that kind of work. And this is my last of clairvoyance. I have a couple of other moonwise incenses, and when they're gone, and I'm okay with it because I found a new supply of branching out. I'm opening myself up to change and to use new stuff. Anyways, just a minute. I'm going to just organize a couple of things. Well, just a minute. You won't even notice. It'll be a second for you. I'll be back. And just like that, I'm back. Okay, so candles. You know what? I think since the pandemic was, you know, erupted or whatever you want to call it, since about mid-March, I kind of fell out of the habit of burning candles. I think what happened was I have votives on my altar, on my working altar, the one where I actually do work on, like magical work. And when the votives ran out, burned away, they're the Dollar Tree white candle votive inserts. I couldn't get any more, so it's almost like I just stopped burning candles altogether. And like I have quite a supply. I have a supply of tea lights. I don't know what's wrong with me. Some votives. I did end up stocking up on some votive, like the novena, not the votive, the novena candles that are sold at Dollar Tree. I did end up stocking a little bit on the. I did end up finding the white ones in a store in a different city nearby. It was like, you know, on my way to work, on my way back from doing some home care visits. I stopped into the Dollar Tree and got it. Okay, my God, all this to tell you about novena candles. Anyway, that I didn't burn. So I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it, and I did continue to burn incense since March, and all this started, but I wasn't feeling candles. And then just recently came back to an old favorite. I have a little bit of a stash because this was being sold at Dollar Tree last year, and they're Krispy Kreme donut scented candles. Oh my God, people! This smells like Krispy Kreme. So I've gone back to these. I think I have about 4 or something left in my closet, and yeah. So that's the only real candle burning I've been doing. So that covers incense and candles for those consumables. I'll quickly just talk about the couple of personal care items because for me they're all consumables, and they kind of all fit in that. They again everything I use is everything I do is somehow tied in with magic and magical practice, and everything I use has some magical purpose. So you've seen this before. Now you're gonna see it. It's empty. So this is the Pears body wash that I picked up at the dollar store, at Dollarama. It's a Canadian chain, and it's full of plant oils, like real natural plant oils, and it's 100% soap free. And this is perfect for a cleansing shower, or I add it to a cleansing bath. Um, just wonderful. I did buy a few, so I'm not too sad that I used this one up, and I'll just be moving on to the next one when this one is all done. Hand washing. I use this for hand washing, shower, as bubble bath. It's really good. It's like an aura cleanse in a bottle. Really, I've been really needing it, so I've been really using it. All right, the next personal care item is something that I cannot get in Canada. They do not sell this in Canada. It has been my favorite since I was a little girl. I had gone to visit my mom, and she had bought me. It would come in a pack of 3, and it's Caress soap. So for me, this is the smell of my childhood. It smells clean. It smells comforting. It has changed a little bit. The formula has changed. Oh my God, people, I know I'm such a nerd. The formula has changed since. It used to be more like Dove soap. It's a little bit less like Dove soap in texture, and it's a little less, I find it's a little less fragranced than, because I had a vintage bar. Imagine, I had a vintage bar of soap, people. I used it up years ago, but it's like I love bar soap. I'm a little obsessed. So this was very comforting. Again, I've been looking, like a lot of people, I've been craving a lot of things that are comforting. My lip balm, oh my God, people, look at him, has been Badger, and this is vanilla bean cocoa butter lip balm. It's the large ones. This, I don't know. I bought it a few years ago. I ordered it from Vitacost. I haven't seen the large ones. This is the, oh my God, 7 gram. It's the 7 gram one. It's the bigger one, right? It's not regular lip balm size. It's a little smaller than the Smacker's Biggie. So it's smaller than the Smacker's Biggie, but it's larger than a regular lip balm. And I love this. I usually put it on at night, when I get ready for bed. After I washed my face, moisturized, did the whole thing, brushed my teeth, put on the lip balm, go to bed. Vanilla, chocolate, cocoa butter, vanilla, comfort. And I'm still working on my NARS Damage lipstick. I wear PPE at work, so no, I don't wear makeup at all since the pandemic and having to wear PPE at work the whole day. I see my coworkers who still carry on and they wear makeup and they pop their PPE on. Me, I can't. I can barely stand. I can barely stand the PPE on my face. I really can't with the makeup underneath. So my NARS Damage lipstick there's still some left. How do people do it on the beauty channels like this? Yeah. Okay. And last but not least, the personal care, self-care. So this is the only bottle I have. This is Avon. This is Charisma. Yeah. This is Charisma Cologne. It's a 4-ounce bottle. I got it off eBay years ago. Now it's like you can't even go near this stuff. I don't know. Between the jacked up prices on eBay and the postage, which is, they have the global shipping and the brokerage fees and all this stuff is like something like this would cost $100 Canadian to purchase from the U.S., where the seller would typically be from. But so I'm glad I have it. It's a 4-ounce bottle. It's gonna last me for a while. And this is vintage Avon Charisma. It's a soapy floral. It's very vintagey. It's kind of like if you had to compare it, it's not that it's the same as Chanel Number 5, but it's in that kind of realm, right? And it's very comforting. I'm wearing it. I wear it at home, you know, just to feel comfort. All right, let's get to the cards and books and stuff. So books, I have one, so I might as well get that one, go show you that one. I ordered on Chapters Indigo a whole bunch of Ted Andrews books that I used to own and didn't have anymore because I gave them away, lent them out, whatever. So I ordered a whole bunch of new ones, and this is the first one that I'm rereading, and I'm rereading this after 20 something years, and it's How to Meet and Work with Your Spirit Guides. Still my favorite book on this subject, hands down. Still my favorite book on this subject. I'm rereading it, and it's bringing back a lot of memories of when I first read it, and I also see how my personal practice evolved from having read this, and the people that I learned from. So yeah, so that's what I've been reading in May. All right, now I'm going to talk quickly about, not quickly, no, I don't do anything quickly. What am I saying quickly? Oh my God, people. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about the decks that I used in May, or that, you know, the decks that I used or came into my life in May, that I used in May, yada, 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 all that stuff. So for the first couple of weeks in May, my, for daily draws, I was using my Druid Craft. Here it is, in its sweater, in its cardigan. My Naked Druid Craft. And it was good. I love this deck. For me, it's very, I guess it's very earthy. It's very maternal. The vibe is maternal. I feel like this is one deck that I can easily tap into communicating with my mom's spirit, and I get the most incredible messages when I'm connecting to her. When I'm not connecting to her and I just read with it, it's just a good all-rounder deck. But I can definitely feel the difference between just using it as a tarot deck and using it to communicate with my mother. So this is favorite. This is a favorite, and I use it, and I find that I don't end up using the same decks for the whole month. I'm good for about 2-3 weeks, and around the 3rd week mark, it's like I'm itching to use something else. But this is the oracle that I was working with. This is a beautiful Peggy bag. I featured it in a video about Peggy bags, which and like other bags and boxes. I guess people didn't care for my video about, oh look, these are the containers I like to keep my decks in, because I got like 3 downvotes. Still adds to my, you know, it's still a vote. It's like still attention, and it still counts. But I just thought that was so strange. If you don't like bags and tarot bags and tarot boxes and all that stuff, what the hell are you watching my video for? Anyways, thanks for the downvote. I was actually worried because, you know, I normally get at least 1 downvote, and I figure it might be the same person. So when I don't, and like there's no downvotes at all, I really worry about their safety. Like, I worry about them. Are they okay? Why aren't they, you know, Why aren't they watching, or why aren't they coming by to downvote? So, yeah. This deck, Mystical Shaman's Oracle. I think I actually got the title of it correct this time because I don't have the guidebook to cheat. This is Colette Baron-Reed, Alberto Villoldo, and Marcela Lobos. This deck, I don't know. There's 3 names on this deck, and it's down. Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. Okay. I'll probably mention that next time. Notes. We're passing notes here. Okay. So there's 3 names on this deck. The art is by Gina della Grottalia, and to me this is a Gina della Grottalia deck because she's the one who did the artwork. And I did a little research, and you know what I mean, like I mentioned before, like, no, not to be rude or anything like that, I just don't vibe with Colette Baron-Reed. You know what I mean, like I just don't. We're not from the same place. I don't know how to describe it, but I just don't vibe with her. And Alberto Villoldo, although, you know, I read a lot, like, you know, shamanism is, I read a lot about shamanism. I've read a lot since it's decades now. It's something that I do not proclaim to be a shaman, but what I do is very heavily influenced by shamanism, if not outright shamanism. But you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's something that I do that is so aligned with that, you know, when I love reading about shamanism. Anyway, all this to say, I checked out Alberto Villoldo's writing, and it's like, no, he's no, I don't know, I don't vibe with him either. Marcela Lobos, I don't think I researched her to see, which I probably should, because it might be her influence in the guidebook for this deck. But these images, people, I don't know if they would appeal to someone who isn't interested and or incorporates this practice or this manner of doing. I'm trying to find the right words, people. It's sad. In their practice. But for me, these resonate. They resonate strong. They resonate strongly, and I don't need the guidebook for these to resonate for me. I don't need the guidebook to get the messages from this, and it has more to do with my years and years and years and years of reading about shamanism and asking a bazillion questions when, you know, discussing this subject with people who I know that in real life are shamans. Oh my God! If you're out there, if you even come across my video, thank you for your patience in answering my bazillion questions. But this was my oracle deck for the first half of the month or so, and then I had to switch it to something else because I don't know. I was just feeling uninspired, or rather inspired to use something else. And we're back to the Ancestral Path Tarot. This is the tarot that I think this is the tarot I was gonna move on. This is the tarot I was gonna trade. It wasn't for me. Yet how many times have I talked about it? I think I like it. But what fascinates me is that I use this deck for questions, daily draws. there's 78 cards here. I have figured out a way to shuffle them. They're large. They're large. They're very large. My whole hand. I stick my hand behind the card, behind the deck here, and it disappears. But I have, I do this side riffle and hand over hand shuffling. This deck has 78 cards. It's a tarot deck, right? I haven't done a reading with it yet. For me, because the cards are so large and there's so much going on, I pull one card. Daily draw, or check the temperature, what's going on, that kind of thing, right? And I still have the same stalker cards. I still have, and I use it every day. This card, probably is the one that I have drawn the most frequently. This one. It's the suit of sacred circles that constantly comes up for me. This card. This is another stalker card. I don't think I've seen any other cards. Oh, this one. Scusi. There we go. The rest of the cards, it's like I don't know them because I never see them. This one. So ultimately what I'm trying to say is that this one. Oh my God, this one every other day. So ultimately what I'm trying to say, what I find really fascinating with this deck is that each, like the minors are a different culture. There are 4 different cultures in the minors, and the major arcana has a variety. But this deck, the cards that like to jump out of this deck for me, or I end up selecting unintentionally, whatever, like just at random, is the suit of sacred circles. I think I'm gonna need to spend a little time with this. There's something about this deck. It's affordable. It's mass-produced. It's affordable. It's available online, brick and mortar metaphysical stores. You can call your favorite one that's doing curbside or whatever. Like I said, it's really affordable. It's borderless. It's got this nice sturdy cardstock, which, when a card is this big, you want it to be a little sturdy because it could easily get, creased, bent, or whatever. Favorite. I don't know. Isn't that crazy? I almost said, oh, this one's not for me. I don't resonate. Well, clearly I resonate with the 5 cards that constantly come out for me. So anyway, there's that. So that's the tarot. And then the oracle that I used when I pulled out the ancestral path is oh my goodness, what is this called? This is by Stephen Farmer. Is it Power Animals? Oh my God, I'm sorry. It's the ones with these backs. And I didn't bring the box with me because I already have, my basket's already full of stuff. But these guys, love them. Plays so well with the Ancestral Path Tarot. Like the messages correspond. And this has been really spot on for my day-to-day work, mundane kind of things, right? So there's that. So I have, like, every month I pick. I'm not gonna talk about that here because it's already quite long. But Every month I pick out, no, okay, I can make it quick. Every month I pick out a few cards from different oracles that of energies that I want to work with, or I want to see what energy wants to work with me. So this is an animal from an animal oracle by Jody Bergsma, and I'm sorry I don't have the box here, and I'm not going to be able to tell you what it's called, but I got the dolphin play for May, and I have to admit that this message was spot on because I really need to play, and I haven't been playing. I've been very serious and very, you know, like a lot of people. And yeah. And then this is from my Sacred Vision Oracle. Serenity is divine light. And the message of this card, if you could see all the different religious symbols, is, you know, basically, you know, coexisting, that, you know, God is all one. Doesn't matter what symbol you use, God is all one. So this was one of my cards that I had out the whole month. And from the Shaman Oracle, this guy, Dancer of Lies. Oh my God, people. The first half of this month, all it was a bunch of bullshit. So this was like right on. And the goddess that I pulled from my goddess oracle was Lilith, power. And yeah, this energy was very present in my month of May. It was basically, the month of May was a lot about having to take back my power. It was a little hard. But anyway, let's talk about stuff. I'll talk about I'll do another video where I talk about, like, you know, when I talk about the decks that I'm going to be using in June, then I'll tie in a little bit more about these cards that I picked for May, and how they how those energies played out in my month, and how I was able to apply these energies for some healing for myself and for other people. So okay, next. Do I want to talk about stretch? No, let's talk about something else. Okay, so I got the Wheel of the Year tarot in May, and I think the same day I received it, I edged it in orange. This is a deck I got. You people are gonna laugh if I don't know if I've told you in another video or whatever. I literally got this deck because of the backs. Okay. So when I first got it, I thought, oh my God, seriously, Grace, what were you thinking? And I'll tell you why. It's not that there's anything wrong with the artwork, nor do I care about the languages. It's that there's so much going on. I wish these cards were larger. I've taken a magnifying glass to these cards because I find them hard to see. Now, today, being at home and whatever, but in the evening after a long day at work, and you know, my eyes are a bit tired. I have a hard time seeing the images on these cards. And they almost ended up in the go away pile. And then I said to myself, oh no. I can't make up my mind because my eyes are tired and I'm having a hard time seeing them. But I still feel that I wish they were larger. That would make these amazing. Larger, borderless, but even a bit larger, you know what I mean? A larger card a little bit, just because of all the detail. And I love these images. I love that it's based on the 4 seasons. I love the backs, people. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with the backs. Of course, that's why I bought these cards. I bought this deck. I edged it in orange, which is really cool. It's Rider-Waite Smith based, so it's like easy to read. Um, but it also has its own. It brings its own uh, influence. Like it has its own stories to tell as well, which adds a nice layer. And what's interesting is that it kind of reminds me the pencil the pencil crayon art kind of reminds me of the Hanson Roberts. And the Hanson Roberts is another deck that is so busy and has so much text on it, and the cards are so small that I had to I had it in the 90s, and then I just couldn't. And like right now, it's like I look at it kind of fondly, but it's not one that I want to use again. So the pencil, because the cards are too small, and again, very busy. So for me, these are a cross between the Hanson Roberts from the pencil crayon and the art style is not the same, but it just reminds me of that. And then it has a bit of a Wildwood thing going on. So I like it. It's very fey. There's little fey images, elementals. So it's very fey, and of course elementals, right? A deck based on the four seasons. There's animals. There's mythical creatures. There's queens. There's fae. There's fairies. There's hints at fairy tales. There was one card I think I showed it, but I don't know where it is now in the deck. But there's like Jack and the Beanstalk. Anyway, love it. Love it. I just wish the cards were a bit larger to see the images better. That's all. I'm not gonna, and I can't trim the borders on these because then I'll lose the backs. I love the backs. So there's that. Oh my God, it's 42 minutes. You might want to pause and get yourself something to drink or whatever, or even to eat, because I'm not done yet. Did I tell you I'm loving this sea salt and rue incense from the Crystal Fox? Anyway, let's continue. Another deck that came, let me put this one back here because I'm not mentioning that right away. Another deck that came back into my life in May is this one. So I had received it in a trade. And then I passed it on. And then I decided, I don't know, you know what it's like. I think a lot of you are experiencing this. I needed something. I needed something. Oh my God, I needed something. So I went on to Amazon, and they had this, and it was at a decent price. It comes with this little white, very chunky white book. This is Fantastical Creatures Tarot by Lisa Hunt and DJ Conway. And I've had the Ghosts and Spirits tarot twice, and no, 3 or 4 times. Oh, yeah, 3 or 4 times. It's like it comes into my life. I try to pass it on, and it comes back in like random ways. It's not like I repurchase it. I just, in random ways, it comes back into my life. And the Ghosts and Spirits tarot, and I have a feeling it'll probably come back. But anyway, I don't have it now. I don't have the Celtic Dragon Oracle, not Oracle, tarot. And I don't have the Fairy Tale, Lisa Hunt Fairy Tale tarot. I did want to get the Spanish version because I don't care. Like for me, it's like I'm fluent in a few languages. I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I speak enough Spanish, or rather, I can read Spanish really easily, really well. Self-taught when I was a kid, just to pass the time. That I would have been happy to get the Fairy Tale tarot in Spanish. But I waited too long, so now it's no longer available. But I got this one back, and I love this one. and I'm glad I got it back. The one I had traded for was missing these two cards, and I think this was a nice pleasant surprise because I really these two cards, they're a quick reference, and I like that it has the major arcana and what the creature's name, like what the creature is, and a quick keywords, and the minor arcana, quick keywords for each card in the minor arcana. This is another example of, I wish these cards were bigger. That was my criticism of the Ghosts and Spirits Tarot. I wish the cards were bigger. My other, and it's not even a criticism, it's like that was another wish. I wish that, that was a hindrance, that the cards weren't large enough for me to be able to really see everything that's going on. And with Lisa Hunt, her decks, the two that I know, which is this one and her Ghosts and Spirits Tarot, for me they don't work as tarot decks. Like, I can't do a reading. I couldn't put down a bunch of these cards and be able to see what's going on. For me, it's just too much going on in one card. But these are great for using them one at a time or using it as an oracle. And for me, these fantastical creatures, for me, I think in the 31 Days of Witchcraft, when I answered the question about do you believe in like mermaids and all this stuff, well, yeah, no, these are all real. These fantastical creatures are all real. They're spirits, and they do exist in a different realm, a different dimension, right? So I'm glad I got this back. I'm glad I was called to bring it back into my life. I was so excited to bring it back into my life that I contacted the person that I gave the other one to just to, in case they didn't notice about the guidebook. This is not a guidebook. It's a very chunky little white book. And for each card, there's how to use it for spell work. How to use the card in your magic. So I had to contact her. Say, hey, if you still have it, if you didn't know, look at the little white book. So, yeah. So, glad to have these back. And I'm going to be hanging on to these. And I'll just wait and see how the Ghosts and Spirits Tarot makes its way back to me this time. And this time I'll keep it. All right, people. We're almost there. I got this. This is Siren Imports. RWS. I got it because a shamanic Arawak priestess had it on her, did a review on her channel, and I saw these images and I thought, oh my god, these are digitized. So like if you're a purist, and the Rider-Waite-Smith Plaidback from the 80s was my first tarot deck, and I actually have one. It's not my first one, but it's one from the 80s. And this digitized version makes mine look like garbage. I'm sorry, but I know, like, me too, I'm like nostalgic for the original thing, or I'm attached to the original images I learned with, or whatever. But this, visually, this one is this is my what I call my regular RWS. I use the Centennial, commemorative Centennial, to read all the time. That's my working deck. That is the deck I reach for readings, for myself, for other people. It is, when I think of, oh, I need a reading, or someone needs a reading, I reach for that one. That one is just loaded with energy. It has read for countless and countless of people, both in person and on the phone or online or whatever. And so it carries with it that energy of having been read with a lot. But it it has those muted colors that I love, that vintage look, all that stuff. But I was wanting a more traditional or more standard Rider-Waite Smith, and this one is my favorite. It has the right font, so it has Pixie's calligraphy right down here. The coloration is different, so there's some changes to the coloration, but I think that where they changed the coloration, they did an excellent job. And and these images are just cleaned up beautifully, 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 beautifully. My example was when the first thing I did when I got it, and I mentioned this in the video where I talked about receiving this in the mail, and I bought it off Amazon, paid $20 for it, and with Prime, free shipping. And the first card I went to was the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, and I've never seen something so clear as this one. Oh my god, that's a mosquito. I didn't catch it. It's gonna fade off me for a bit before I finally get it. And then I went straight to the King of Pentacles. And you may not be able to see it because it's a little blurry here on my camera, but you can actually make out the bunches of grapes and the grape leaves. His robes are made of grape leaves and bunches of grapes, and you can see all this detail, and this is incredible. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that this is a beautiful, beautiful copy of a Rider-Waite, and it's affordable. The cardstock is linen finished cardstock. It's very sturdy. And look at this. Like even this card, which usually it's all a blur because it's like, miserable people in a snowstorm. Even this card is so much clearer than I've ever seen it. So although I could be an insufferable purist, this digitized version, cleaned up and everything, fantastic. Love it. Love it. Love it. This is my number 2. My commemorative centennial. This is my number 2. So I figure, if ever I'm like, in the mood to when I read for other people to use something a little more brightly colored, it's gonna be this one for sure. And that's why I got it. Okay, we're almost there, people. The deck, I'm doing like a lot of other people, it's like I thought, I watch videos, tarot tube videos, and people talk about having the guardian angel tarot on their bedside table or their nightstand, and it's something, and they'll pull a card at bedtime before going to bed. And I was feeling, like a lot of people. So I started doing this too, sometime this month, probably just last week or something like that. And I see it. I love it. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I tried it out. I was never a pull a card before bed kind of person, but this deck totally lends itself to that. I'll pull a card. I'll read the message here. The message on the card is repeated in the little guidebook, and then it's expanded, and then I go to sleep. And the message, every night that I've done this month, the message has totally been on point for either how I was feeling or what was going on. Excellent guidance. I love it. Mine is gilded because I like it gilded. No, rather, I love it gilded, and it's a nice soft. Like, it doesn't feel rough. It doesn't cut my hands or anything. It doesn't feel like, it's not raised. It's nice and flush with the cards, so it feels great. It looks great, considering that it does get a lot of use since I got it. And yeah. We're almost there, people. On achève, as we say in Quebec. All right. On achève. All right. So the only other two decks I wanted to mention was, some of you may have seen a previous video. This is the Art History Tarot for Past Lives with the guidebook and this bag, which is not for me. I hate this fabric. This is not even fabric. This is like a velour on nylon, a nylon velour. And this book feels nice. This book feels nice. It's got a nice rubbery feel to it. These cards, beautiful. Look at these backs. I didn't edge them. I'm not going to edge them because I'm going to be moving them on. They just did not. They didn't work for me. Beautiful cardstock. Shuffles like a dream. This card stalks me. I'm seeing a theme. I can't use, they don't work for me as a tarot because it's difficult for me to see which tarot card it is because it is in the bottom corner right here in the tiniest font. What I didn't mention in my previous video when I talked about it was there's the name of the painting and the artist in this corner, and I feel that there's just too much text on these cards. That didn't need to be there because it's in the guidebook. You know, it could have just been in the guidebook what the name of the painting is and the artist, just like in the Influence of Angels deck tarot, the Influence of Angels tarot. So I can't use them. They don't work for me. It makes me sad. I think that I would be able to use them if with the prominent at the top would be the tarot card title and number and all that stuff and suit, and have whatever keyword like Japan at the bottom, or not at all, just in the guidebook. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm terrible. I'm sorry. They're beautiful though, and I wish. Oh my God! Look at this. They're beautiful, and I wish I could read with them. So beautiful. I wish I could read with them, but I cannot. And it makes me sad every time I see them sitting on my shelf. Look at this. I'm flipping through the cards. I'm not even showing you what I'm looking at. So that was a flop for me. That was a miss. I don't know if a flop. That was a miss. But there's no denying it. It is beautiful. Except for the bag. I'm sorry. The bag is crap. Anyway. But I got this deck in March. And this is the Stretch Tarot by Joseph Stretch. And this, and this for me, I love it just to read. It has a lot of, it's an interesting combination of Rider-Waite and Thoth, or Thoth, or Toth, you know what I mean, Thoth. So the keywords are very Thoth, and the imagery is very Rider-Waite. So this This it gives it that broad appeal, right? But because of the imagery, also helps to tap into that, you know, that that part of the brain of, like, starting, to past lives. There's enough in these cards to get some details about past lives thing. Like, look at this one. This is temptation. The Seven of Cups is temptation, and look at this imagery here. This comes up like in a past lives reading, and you know, paints a picture. Paints a really great picture. So I'll stop here with these. We're at an hour. I guess I should stop now. Is there anything else? May favorites? I think, yeah, I think I'll stop here. So, this was my May favorites, things I've been enjoying in May, what I've been doing in May. Gardening has been really, really a big part of my month of May. Our backyard, I'm gonna do a follow-up video, just to walk around my backyard, my garden, because it's changed quite a bit since my first video, when I first went out there and we started doing work in backyard and garden and stuff like that. We've planted a tree. My lovey planted a tree for me, and lilacs, which I've always wanted, a lilac tree, bush. Yeah, tree. It's kind of a tree bush kind of thing. And I have two now. But yeah, it's been, and my vegetable garden is like whatever. It's like, it's an experiment this year. It wasn't thought out. It was just seeds. I had my little seedlings that I started in the egg carton, now have moved on to little pots. Some of them are making it, some of them are not, because my dog, she thinks I put out a all-you-can-eat buffet and she's munching on the soil. She takes the little seedling with her, or maybe she's munching on the seedling and takes a little soil to wash it down. What do you want to do? But it's been so repotted my indoor plants. I have to tell you, just my hands in the soil, gardening and taking care of my house plants has been so therapeutic, and it's been helping a lot, and I've been really, really enjoying that. Okay, now I'm really done. So thank you all for tuning in and spending this time with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you. If you watched all the way through, you're a star, because it's like, I don't know, I rambled a lot this video. I apologize for that. I'm kind of in a place, you know what I mean? It's like I wanted to talk about the things that I enjoyed in May, but at the same time, May was shit. So, so that's it. So again, wherever you are, I'm wishing you a beautiful day.